Hello, hello. Look who's here with me. My pair programmer. How's it going, Kevin? Happy afternoon. We are going to be in pet the cat mode and chat for a little bit until she finally sits down. Hey, Sinistella. Here, let me put the mic right next to her. You purr into the mic. Can you hear her purring? She is purring, but I don't know if you can hear it. What about cat? Okay, you want to sit down? Yes, good. Okay, now I will move. She does not care if I rearrange myself. Okay, there we go. Imagining it is enough to make you feel good. I love the sound of cats purring. I imagine most cat lovers do. It's very relaxing. Hey, Leap Your Girl, how you doing? All right, I want to get in on this. There. Okay, so we figured out what the problem was earlier today. And I came up with an idea of a solution. Instead of considering distance, just consider which shop we purchased from. So let's see. We have three. Oh, wow. This was still running that entire time. Also, look, they're all very close now. So we do know that they were even. And we were pretty certain we knew what the problem was anyway, but now we definitely know. Let's close all these tabs. Let's not do it this way because it's going to take forever. Let's do it this way. There we go. All right. So let's go start from our original state that we had here. Revert that. I'll probably revert this. Yeah. Revert this. I want to go back to what I had originally. Probably all this can stay the same. This being 0.1, I think doesn't actually need to change. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have? That has to stay there for now. That has to stay there for now. This probably isn't needed. Probably any of this stuff. Oh yeah, navigating to a specific shop position. We should probably keep that maybe. Although we'll want to change exactly how that's done. So I guess just delete this for now. And the shop should have that point anyway. This stuff can all be however it was. No, wait, no. Delete that. Yeah. All right, anything else? Yeah, that's fine. And that's fine. Cool. So, how are we changing this? We got to go find all the distance stuff that we had, which is here. So this is number 1. This is in consider buying to figure out if you're at a shop to be able to buy from that shop. And if you're not at a shop, that we go to one. So going to the shop is fine. And that can still all use a distance thing. I think that's okay. Then this thing about having a bonus chance if you were close to the shop, that would need to change. So we would have a bonus chance based on if you had just recently purchased. And for that, we'd want to get the game time. So I would need to figure that out. But it'd need to be something that I guess the customer itself is storing. How does this work? Oh, nice. Yeah, probably something like that. And then what's the last one of these? This is when going to the shop. Yeah, so I think all we really need to change is this. Yeah. Okay. Me as a customer, if I go to the shop, I'm going to buy stuff, I should just sit home. Yeah, exactly. We should cut out the sales. Call it Skeleseller. This cat is so nice. So nice and warm. Best cat. All right, so this would need to be a timer stored in the customer itself. Can we figure out the elapsed time from a timer? We probably can. Cat blanket, yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm usually pretty cold after lunch. Timer equals new. Timer dot elapsed. No, there's no elapsed time. Hey, Mysterium, welcome in. There's time left. There's wait time. I guess we could do is keep track of how much time there was left. I'll just keep it double somewhere. You have the total time and the remaining. Yeah. Actually, wait, hang on a second. Let me think about this. Where do we even put whatever I'm going to do? Because it needs to transcend the different states that we have. Because here, what I want to know is when did they last purchase from a shop? And if it was recently, give them another chance to purchase. Alternatively, we could just initialize this based on what their previous state was. Is that easy enough to do? Bonus by chance. So we would have had buy item be the last thing. We already keep track of which items we're purchasing, right? Where is that? Items purchased on this trip to town. Yeah, what we could do is we could just add in the time that this was purchased. And then we could figure out how long has passed since the last one of these. The problem is that would be in wall time. Oh, it's bathing time again. Okay, I won't bet you. Well, not there at least. Yeah. Or we could just keep track of it in the customer. I could just say like time of last purchase. Wait, no, how would we know how long it's been? I still never figured that out, did I? We could just reset it to 0. It could be time since last purchase. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So public double time since last purchase. Sounds good. So this, I guess we could say private set here. This is going to be in a process we don't have yet, but we're about to. Put it below a init. Override process. Now that time since last purchase is going to be that. Perfect. Okay, now inside of customer wander, well, let's go to the purchase first. I guess we'll do this. Entity dot time since last purchase equals 0. Why is that? Cannot be used since the, oh, whoops. I guess that needs to be public then. That's fine. And then we will set this here. So if the time since the last purchase is less than some amount, so basically if it happened pretty recently. Oh, you know what? It's if it happened very recently. Like if it was basically this 0.5 seconds that we had. So I think I just want this to be a Boolean. Except for the way this used to operate was the longer you'd be next to items, the more likely to buy those items you'd be. But now we're getting rid of the distance checks. So it's going to be, I guess, a one-time boost to buying items. Yeah, then let's get rid of the whole time thing. That doesn't really matter. We could just say like just made a purchase. And delete our process function that we have now. So in buy item, we could say just made a purchase equals true. I forgot to make that a Boolean. And then in here, if you just made a purchase, then we set the bonus by chance to, yeah, that. And set that to false. And delete this stuff. Okay, how's that? Yeah, that's pretty much fine. And that's it. That should fix the problem. So let's run this. The bug was much harder to find, or the cause was much harder to find than the fix for it. But here's what I want to do this time around. I want to load from the save file, so we'll have the full shops and everything. And then I want to make a few customers, and I want to just watch them and see what their behavior is like. So like, let's watch this person with the white hair here. and just see what they do and see if this is, you know, just looking at one person, does it seem like it's okay? So they're going to go to a shop, and it looks like they're going to the armor shop, and then they should purchase an armor. Their chance to buy should be pretty high at this point, I think. So they buy something. Now, if they leave, that's totally fine. And now they're going to just wander around. So they might be going to the warehouse now. I'm not sure until they get to here. No, it looks like they're going to the weapon shop, which means they've decided to go buy an item from there, which means they will buy an item from there. So they get here, they should buy at least one item. There's the item they purchased, and now it looks like they're leaving. Oh, wait a second. I would need to have them go back to the shop they just came from. This coincidentally ended up going back, but that's not exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want it to be a random chance to buy. I wanted it to be a random chance to buy from the shop they were at. So this just made a purchase thing. I don't think we reset here. We already know which shop they purchased from last. But how do I know that I want them to go back there? Nothing would do that right now. So what's going to happen right now is they should have an even chance of purchasing from anywhere. So how about this? Let's speed this up. Let's make sure that the stats are correct. They should have an even chance of purchasing from anywhere, but they might do so by bouncing back and forth between different shops. And to be honest, I think that's probably fine. I think we'll just leave it at that. If anything, it means that customer speed will be more of a bonus if we do that. Although we should test that stuff too. Test what happens when customer speed is very high. It shouldn't change the stats. Yeah. All right, so we're getting all the sale data. So far, they look like they're all pretty close to each other. We're not going to let this run to like 10,000 like we did before, because apparently it was running over lunchtime. But I'll let it get to, you know, 400 or something, and we'll compare. I mean, I don't see anything unusual right now. There's like normal levels of variance. If one of these said 90, yeah, there'd be a problem. But they're all growing at pretty close to the same rate. Like they're all about to enter the 300s now. But like I said, we'll wait till it gets to 400, and then we'll take a look and see what the actual numbers are. So I'm going to say normal variance, as long as they're all within the like 30 to 35% range, I think we're pretty good. Okay, they're starting to hit 400. Let's copy this and let's take a look. So potion, armor, weapon. Yeah, they look pretty close. 381, 389, 414. Yeah, they're in the 30 to 35 range. I think that's fine. I don't know if this is anything to worry about, the tiny differences here, but I don't think players would even notice this. If there was like a 3% lower chance of picking the weapon shop over the potion shop, and we intentionally did that, would players even be able to tell? Probably not. So yeah, hey Codex, you're getting to see the end of this. Now, does this bonus by chance even really come into play? Let's try bumping it to like 50% just to see what it looks like. Oh, you know what? This, when combined with... Let me think about this. It's consider buying. There's a will buy item. Here it is, will choose shop. What this does is it checks to see you have a 100% chance by default of choosing a shop, and then it lowers based on how many of the item you purchase from that shop. So if the last 5 items you got were all weapons and you're at the weapon shop, there's a 50% chance that you'll actually pick that shop. And if you don't pick that shop, then you could potentially go back into the wander state. So we could actually bump this up a little bit more and make it so the customers are more likely to buy. I'll run these numbers one more time, or at least look at them one more time. I don't probably even need to run them. Yeah, these are pretty close to one another. Although Potion Shop is actually higher than the others by like 10%, right? Is that important? Is that what we saw over here? Yeah, 35% for the Potion Shop. I don't think that's anything other than just totally random chance. So yeah, no real reason to be concerned, I think. Oh, she doesn't like when I'm licking her. Sorry, I said licking her. She's licking herself. She doesn't like when I'm petting her. I've never licked the cat. Trust me. Yeah, it's off by a bit. I'll run the numbers one more time on this, I guess. Round this times 100 divided by 1207, 114, 1152. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same numbers we just saw, right? Yeah, armor and weapon swapped, but the potions are the same. Yeah, by touching her. Okay, so I just changed this. Let's try this change combined with the whole entities move faster thing. What's in Estella? Where's is the joke the implication? Have you licked the cat before? Do I want to know the answer to that? Oh man. Okay, there's one tiny problem with what I'm about to test, and that's that by speeding this up, it's going to be permanently sped up unless I turn off autosave. So let's go turn off autosave, or we could save the save file to a backup. Yeah, let's just copy save.json to save old.json. Sure. I'm probably going to forget I even did that, and it doesn't really matter. We could always rebuild this anyway. Whoops. All right, so load, go over to here. Upgrade this to max. Okay. I'm not going to ask for clarification on this. All right, just let him run hog wild. Oh, you know what? Let's slow this down. Let's try to look at just the general what's happening in a shop. How many people are buying from the same shop now? It's orange-haired customer. Just, I think they got one. It look like they're getting another one. Yeah. And yet another one. And another one. Unfortunately, there are many orange-haired customers. I kind of lost track there. Let's track this purple-haired person. They look like they're going to buy a oh, no, they're not. Where are you going? Look like you're going to get a weapon. Oh, you turned around. Come on, go buy something. I'm trying to see what customer behaviors look like on an individual level. Okay, so they bought one and they're walking away. Oh, they're coming back. Two. Possibly three. I couldn't tell. Four. This is maybe a little too much. I'm not sure. All right, what do the stats say? Potion, weapon, armor. Yeah, they're all pretty close. Wow, I still can't believe that problem took so long to track down. Yeah, so the only question is, what do we set this to? If you just made a purchase, what should be your chance to make another purchase sooner? We should probably figure out how many ticks this takes before it returns true. Oh, where are you going, cat? I think she's just taking a big... Oh, no, she's actually leaving. Bye, cat. Oh, it's it normally again. Yay. I think we should write a quick program to test this out then. So this... Well, maybe we don't even need a program. No, we probably do need a program for this. I don't think we can compute this easily. All right, so let's go into temp, open a main.js. Sure, I already had some stuff in here. Let's just delete this. Okay, what are we typing? Hey, left, just, oh, need a moat. Yeah, pretty cool. So we want to replicate this behavior. So we're going to say let num ticks equals 0. And your chance to buy starts at 0. Bonus buy chance. Or maybe we should make this a function. Run buy check. Wait, but that takes in the bonus buy chance, doesn't it? Yeah, let's not think about that yet. Let's just delete that. I'll leave it commented out. Okay, so if you just made a purchase, then you get a 10% bonus. If just made a purchase, you get a 10% bonus. We can set this over here to true and then set it to false over here. Then regardless of whether you made a change regardless of whether we made a purchase or not, it's going to be 5% plus the bonus chance, which actually doesn't make any sense. Why don't we just start the bonus chance at 5%? Yeah, we should have done that. Look at that clip leader. Yeah, go Randy. And then regardless of what we do, we add 10%. So do we have a percent chance function? No, we don't. Percent chance. We'll just write this the exact same way we wrote it over here. There we go. Okay, so if percent chance bonus by chance, then we know that you made a purchase and we need to figure out how many ticks it took. So let tick counts equals an array. Tick counts dot push the number of ticks. And then we would reset all of our state here. So num ticks equals 0. Bonus by chance equals, well, I guess technically we started this at 0.05. If I could type that correctly. We set this back to 0.05. Reenactment of that. I don't think that'll ever happen again. Anything else? Oh, just made a purchase should get reset as well. Let's just keep this as false. These are the starting states. I guess let's just keep track of that. Const start bonus by chance equals that, and const start just made a purchase equals that. Yeah. So every time we run one of these, this is, yeah, that stuff's going to change to that. And then these things will get reset as well. So we could just reset all of this. In fact, I'll do that. Just say while true. Or let, well, how about this? Let's get like 10,000 trials here. Tick counts is less than 10,000. Bonus by chance is that. Just made a purchase is that. Cool. I guess num ticks also needs to be reset. Then this. Then this. And this can be a while true loop because this is guaranteed to exit right here. And delete that stuff. Cool. I think we're good. We can even put this up here. And then the only other thing we need to do is increase bonus by chance by 0.01 every time. Or no, 0.1. Okay, cool. So we're going to let this run for however long. And then at the end of it, we're going to print out how long it took. So console.log average ticks. Yeah, that's actually all I care about. Is average a function that exists? Huh, kind of surprised by that. All right, so we just run node main. And we get the average is not defined. All right, great. Function average. There. This needs to add in such a way that we divide by 1f times, or 1.0 times that. What's going on here? Sum all of them divided by the array length. Hey, Alta4. Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. Hello, everybody. We found an incredibly difficult problem this morning to solve. And actually, a viewer, CodexDG, kind of solved it for us. So there are all these customers in Skeleseller, and they're buying items. And the problem that we saw was that the armor shop was being the least prioritized. And that's all I knew. And I tried looking through the code. I could not figure out what was going wrong. It turns out the problem is how the shop is laid out. So the armor shop has an exit off the bottom and off the right, and the all the items are on the bottom and the right. So it's very easy to leave the shop after you buy something, and it's very likely that you'll leave through one of these things. With the potion shop, it's very likely they leave through the right side. So it's possible they take this bottom leftmost item and then they're in the shop for longer. And by being in the shop for longer, they're more likely to purchase from that shop. And kind of the same thing with the weapon shop. It's more likely they go out the left side. So it's possible they end up down here and then wander around in the shop for too long. Hey, White, welcome in. Yeah, welcome in everybody. NPC Wrangling. Yeah, so we've fixed the issue. And now what I want to figure out is what is the likelihood that someone buys from a shop multiple times And how long does it take? Because we have some kind of difficult to understand logic here. Well, it's easy to understand logic. It's hard to figure out how long it's going to take. So the way that this works is we run a buy check every roughly a second. So every second we're going to run this. And the chance to buy keeps going up until it's guaranteed. Oh, it's going up by 1%. Interesting. That's not what I thought was happening. All right, so the chance to buy goes up by 1%. And then I probably broke this completely. So we're trying to figure that out. But yeah, hope you all had fun in Alt F4 stream. Let's print out tick counts 0 and see what that's saying. It's saying 0. Okay, so then I'm messing this up. Num ticks is never going up by anything. Yeah, so num ticks plus plus. Because it has to take at least 1 for this to happen. Nice. Okay, cool. We figured it out. Oh, wow. The average is all over the place. Why is that happening? I sum by length. This part probably isn't even needed. I don't remember how this works in JavaScript. No, it's not needed. It's 1% per check, but when you make a purchase, it's 10%. Yes, that is correct. And I have the 10%. Oh, I broke that. Yeah, my bad. That's why the variance went nuts. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so now there should be very little variance, I think. And yet we're still seeing a lot. Am I doing this right? For I equals 0. Yeah, sure. So I want to just print out console.log ticks until buy. That's not right. What? We're getting 2 of these? It says 10,000. It counts. Oh, it says it's supposed to be that length. Why I shouldn't be coding in JavaScript. Okay, so now the average would be pretty stable. And yeah, sure enough, it's almost exactly 10 every single time. Yeah, because I was gonna say we're running 10,000 trials, so it shouldn't matter if we run 100,000. It's not gonna change too much more. So I can delete this stuff. Visor.js. I do this as my like super quick. I need to just test some mathematical progression. Yeah, but hey, Neochromer. Okay, so what this means is it's going to take 10 seconds before a customer decides to buy on average if they've already made a purchase. Then there's going to be travel time, and then there still needs to be an item. So on average, in total, I don't know, travel time, we could just estimate like 10 seconds again, and then an item being there, maybe 10% of the time there isn't or something. So yeah, anyway, it takes 20 to 30 seconds. I think that's okay. But what happens if we raise this, the bonus buy chance, to 25%? So now the average drops to 4 seconds. And what if we turn this off completely? Now the average goes up to 20 seconds. Because otherwise, yeah, it would have taken 10 seconds to accomplish that natural rise. Hey, Darkstorm. Okay, so already the bonus buy chance is pretty significant. It cuts it from 20 seconds down to 10. So do we want to lower it even further? I think lowering it to 4 is too much. But what if we set this to 1.5? What does that change it to? It goes from 10 seconds down to 6.5 now. All right, let's just try that out. Let's set this to 1.5 and then just run this. This is why I just want to play the game later today, and I want to see what does this all feel like. Because it's one thing to test this in isolation and be like, oh yeah, it looks good, but well, what is it like when I only have the potion shop or when I only have the armor shop or something? All right, so this should be fully upgraded. Yeah, so customers are moving as fast as possible. Let's add a couple sets of customers in and just see what it looks like. So remember, this is with them moving pretty quickly. Let's see how many armors this person buys. 1, and then they left. Oh, they're coming back. 2, 3, oh, 4. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm only following this one person. They just turned around again. It's fine for them to do that. They've never idled, surprisingly. I don't know what the chance of that happening is. Probably pretty low. All right, so now they're buying potions. 1 potion. 2. They're idling. So they bought 4 armors, 2 potions. Now they're going to wander around. And eventually they're just going to leave town. In fact, their chance to leave town should be pretty high soon, I think. They just bought another potion. Now they're looking for armors. Stop following me. I can't lose this guy. All right, 1 more armor. I think they bought like 9 items. Are they leaving yet? No, 1 more. 2 more. What causes them to leave town? All right, let's leave that open on the side. We can't follow that specific NPC without me controlling the camera. So let's just, I don't know, keep an eye on them. I'm going to lose them. It doesn't matter. What makes them leave town, though? Customer wander. Leave town. Chance to leave. How many items did they buy? Oh, I see. So if they only bought a few items, it's an incredibly small chance to leave. But if they've bought more than 10, which this person has, then they should have a 15% chance to leave. But that's every time they enter the wander state. They really should have left town by now, right? This person's just getting very lucky to be able to purchase more and more and more. It's only when they transition states. So right now they're in wander and they're not actually going to change until they buy an item or they idle. So here they're going to buy an item. So there's a pretty good chance, there's a 1/6 chance that they leave. But you won't know until they actually pass through the potion shop. It looks like they might be leaving. No, they're buying more. Now they're gone. Okay. They bought a lot of items. All right, what are the counts? Counts are 85 from the potion shop, 80-ish from the armor shop, and the weapon shop. Yeah, they're all about the same. Cool. Cool. All right, I think this is pretty decent. So yeah, customer speed being high didn't seem to change anything. That's pretty good. Just have customers randomly choose a shop, then only prefer a particular shop when they're inside it. Yeah, all that stuff can be deleted. All right, so the only thing we need to fix is that shops should know exactly where the center of them is. We don't even need this num sales thing here. The problem is, how do you get the center of a shop? Like, we know that it's offset by a little bit, but that's only because of the layout of the particular shops that we've had. We could just hard code in that number. Alternatively, wait a second, why does this even matter? Now it doesn't matter, I think. We could make this act based on the upper left corner of the shop. It wouldn't make a difference, I think. Could you use their signpost? Yeah. We could, although then we need to keep that in line with this thing. Does shop have a reference to a signpost? Get next sign position? That's for the item displays, I guess. Although, you know what we could do? We could figure it out based on like the middle item display. Yeah, we could say that that's the center of the shop right there. Because we can figure out that position. But I think it's best to just, you know what? I think it's best to just pick the just the center of this, whatever that is. Yeah, the center of its collision shape. What is this? Worker idle area? I don't know what that even means. Worker idle area? What is that? Random. Oh, I know what that is. That's when workers have to wait in the back here because the shop is full. Oh, that's okay. Never mind. I see. That's the larger rectangle. That would have been very obvious to me. I thought it was the smaller rectangle in the middle. What's that? That's just the collision shape of the shop. Okay, well, the center of that should be the center of the shop then. So can we get the center of a collision shape 2D? We can if it's a rectangle. Although maybe we could, well, no, I guess we could just get this transform. Yeah. That's probably not true of a collision polygon though, right? If I add a collision polygon, I think I can just arbitrarily draw wherever I want to. I don't know how to draw with this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can draw wherever I want to. It's not necessarily the center. And the transform of this is like way over there. Yeah. All right, so it wouldn't work with this, but it should work with all the other collision shapes. So let's go try that out. So it's going to be public vector to get shop center. Turn global position plus, what is this thing called? It's just its static body 2D, but it's its collision shape 2D. I guess I'll call this the static body collision shape. And then fetch that from over here. We'll save this off somewhere. Private, what is it? Collision shape 2D. Actually, we don't even need to do this. We just need to save off the point. Vector to, no, I think it's fine. Let's do it that way. The way I wanted to do it originally. All right, that. So static body collision shape equals null. And then in ready, we fetch that. Cool. And then in get center, we're going to return that thing's position. That should do it. Then sure, turn this into a property. I don't care. Put it in the wrong spot though. Got to be up here somewhere. Let's just call it the center point. And then wherever we did that whole 25, 60, 23, 65, where was that? Be helpful if I could type correctly. Well, the number 65 was involved. There it is, 2665. All right, so this is going to be shop.center point. Huh, shouldn't there have been another one of those? Shop.global position. Yeah, here it is. Didn't I search for comma 65? Now I'm finding it. I don't know what I did the first time. Okay, that should do it. And then I should probably write down what this thing is. This is the center of the collidable area of the shop. We just use this, I guess at the time of writing, just use this for, I guess that shouldn't even be necessary. For going to a shop. For having customers walk to a shop when they're going to make a purchase from it. All right, so this should be used in 2 different places, right? Yep. Great. All right, so as far as I'm concerned, all that code is done. Let's go. The last thing we need to test is test having just one shop and test having 2 shops. I guess it is technically possible for you to have skipped the armor shop entirely. That's not really something we need to test for. All right, so here's just having one shop. Obviously, it's going to be 100% of the sales. But did the sales look weird at all in any way? Let's speed this up. They will eventually buy from here. Okay, maybe they won't. Oh, man. Did I break this? It certainly looks like it. Is that shop global position plus shape global position correct? No, it is not. Yeah, so here's what would have happened. We would have added the shop and the shape together and tried to make them navigate here or something. So they probably would have tried going down there, but then they wouldn't have been inside the shop, so they would have just been stuck forever, never buying anything. Yeah, now they're buying stuff. I just want to make sure they're not all like standing here forever, just buying everything. I probably shouldn't have created so many customers. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have. Let's make just there. We should have 5 customers now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so how do they operate here? They're buying things pretty rapidly. Yeah, how many things have they bought so far? 16 items? I should have I should have timed this. But now they're kind of wandering around. Because yeah, they'll have a lower chance of going to the potion shop if all you have are potion. Is that a problem? Probably not. I mean, they're still buying stuff. Yeah. But the pace slowed down a lot. Now, as they leave town and come back, it'll reset their states. Oh, also, I deleted. Wait, did I delete the wander regions? I didn't. No, this should be how it would work in the real game then. And yeah, the purchases have kind of evaporated. I say as they pick up immediately. Well, it was only 3. Yeah, they kind of evaporated. Now this other customer should be coming back from the left pretty soon. They'll make a couple of purchases again. But yeah, these have kind of cooled off from wanting to buy potions. I feel like everything's okay here. But that's why I want to do a real playtest and see what's going on. And I think that by adding in another shop, it might increase the purchasing power of all the shops. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea. The rate just so drastically died down. And I don't think if they moved any faster that they'd be better at buying stuff. So there, I made them move faster. How are they turning around before they've reached their target? I'm okay with that. I just don't get how that's happening. Customer want. Oh, because as they're wandering, they're running these buy checks. So speeding them up doesn't really help unless they're traveling between shops. Okay, I should probably write this down somewhere. Customers have 2 phases of buying an item. Deciding that they even want to buy, then traveling to the shop to buy the item. Increasing their speed only helps the latter part of the equation. Maybe we should change the perk and the spell to make it more likely for them to buy. Like buying frenzy. Customers will pursue the closest item to them and buy it. Something like that. I don't like that idea, but okay. Let's try this again. but this time with 2 shops. So we already have the potion shop. Now we also have the armor shop. Let's add in a bunch of customers, speed this up a ton. And we should see pretty even chances. I think this will also increase how often customers buy, but I'm not actually sure about that. I think by having 2 shops, when they're done with 1 shop, they'll go to another shop. So by having 2, it's going to increase the throughput by quite a lot. But the game doesn't make that clear. The numbers are terribly skewed, by the way. We're seeing they're off by like 100. They shouldn't have a preference. Hey, who cares? I also think that by having 2 shops, any given customer is much more likely to spend money, which is probably not what we would expect. Maybe the cooling off from buying from a single shop should only be applied if you have multiple shops. That would be a good change, I think. That's probably something we should do. But why are these uneven? And they're like drastically uneven, and they're not getting any better. In fact, they're spreading farther apart. 500 versus 700 sales. What caused that? What this should be is a coin flip of either buy from the armor shop or buy from the potion shop. So we'd expect these numbers to be roughly the same. Are they even getting closer to the same? They're still about 250 apart. I mean, that's not so crazy, but let's just let it run for a bit and I'll try to figure out if that's something that's wrong. Stuff is all okay. This would get rid of num sales here. Any advice for context switching between coding and other miscellaneous nonsense? It depends on how often you have to context switch. If it's like, you know, your place is on fire, literally on fire, it's like, well, you probably should be context switching as often as that happens. But if it's things like, hey, I'm getting an email, that's not the kind of thing you should probably be checking all that often. So if it's anything you can prevent, try to bucketize those times, like triage your bugs in the morning or in the afternoon or both, but don't triage them every 15 minutes or whenever you hear like a ping. Maybe enter do not disturb mode. If it's because of meetings and there's no way to get out of them, then there's not too much I can really say about that. It's like maybe try to identify when you have some quiet time and tackle the more brain-oriented work instead of the brainless stuff. Are these getting closer? Now they're 300 apart. It looks like the gap is increasing, but it's entirely possible that could happen naturally. Also, this isn't even bonus by chance. This is just the by chance now. We can rename that. By chance. There. It's getting farther apart. Why is this happening? 1549. 403. Didn't need a calculator for that. I'll look through the code again. But what change even led to this? Oh wait, there is still a check to see if they're in the shop. And I guess that if the distance is too large, then it is going to check farther away than it should be. Yeah. Okay. That could make sense. But then which shop is it preferring? The potion shop, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's very likely because of how I coded this. So now it's going to be based on the center of this thing. So if we check this out, here's what's going to happen. We add in our potion shop. And we put it at the right location, which is negative 320, 200. There it is. And then we draw a circle from here that is located in the middle of the collision area. We can give it a different color. Just make it solid, actually. And whatever that color, sure. And then make this large enough, which is 160. Okay. Bad idea to make it fully opaque. We need to be able to see the path. Yeah, so it is covering even this part of the path, meaning when they are close, when they're walking to the armor shop through here, they're going to go back to the potion shop. So we should just shrink this a bit. And all we need to do is shrink it to anything that's like even moderately reasonable here. I think we'd have to lower the position if we do this. Yeah, we should lower it a bit. All right, so something like we lower it by 16 times 4. No. So lower it by 3 tiles and make it 4 tiles big. I'm just going to do the thing that I had done earlier. We're just going to add that random offset and say that's roughly where the sign is in relation to this. Yeah. And then we can make this, because then we can position this exactly there and then expand this out to, yeah, like that many pixels, 80 pixels, 5 tiles. Great. Yeah, let's do that. And then we shouldn't see any discrepancy here. So I guess we're deleting this. And I'm basically just saying global position plus new vector to 2565 or something. I don't know what it actually was, so we got to figure that out. This sign is at 295, 263. And where's this thing? 0, 0. And then this, maybe 320, 200. So yeah, 25. And it should be 63, I guess. It doesn't matter, it's close enough. Why don't we pass that on the signpost position when building it? Yeah, we could do that. So this is the center of the overall shop. All right, so we got to pass this in. And then I guess we can get rid of the static body collision shape, and also no longer turn it into a unique thing in the shop scene. Yeah, great. But does this fix our problem? So I now need to get rid of this and hope there are no more changes to that scene. Let's go try this out. So we need potion shop, armor shop, and we should see about a 50% chance of buying from either one. There we go. Make a bunch of those, make a bunch of those. Yeah, now if the potion shop is slightly in the lead, I guess it's because it's closer to the town entrance. So there's no travel time to get to that. So that would make a little bit of sense, but it shouldn't be like drastically in the lead, I think. And I guess if customers moved instantaneously, it wouldn't be in the lead at all. So what, I can't even read these numbers. What's happening here? Potion shop is in the lead and by a decent amount, but that margin shouldn't be like super increasing. Well, let's let it run. What was the other thing that I said? The cooling off shouldn't happen. In what? Consider buying. Will choose shop. We need to know how many shops you have for this. Town, get shops. It's an I enumerable. Drat. I should probably change how this works. I just want to figure out how many shops you have I guess we can just get the child count of, do we have like a num shops thing? No. Do we ever do that though? Get shops.count? No. So we never need that function. Yeah, we never need that function. But I could add it in if I wanted to here. All we need to know is that you have more than one of these. Also interesting, this just gets nodes with a shop component. This is like the worst way of doing this. Yeah, why? Why do we do this? Okay, it's not the worst way, but it's not the best way. I forgot that was a thing. We know they're part of the shop node though. What, we never get the shop node? I guess not. Wait, no, we have to, because when we create a shop, we have to add it to the right thing. How do we know where to add it? Shops node. Oh, it's called shops, not shop node. Okay, and then where do we check that? Nowhere else after that? But anyway, the solution to that then would be pretty easy. We just make a public int num shops. It's going to say we should make a property out of this. Return that. There's a get child count, isn't there? Yeah. All right. So now inside of customer wander or consider buying, we only apply this cooling off if you have more than one shop. If town component dot get town entity dot get num shops is greater than 1, then we do that. Tomorrow's hackathon. Presentation days tomorrow. Took tomorrow. Since I got a lot of things I gotta do. Hackathons around generative AI. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow? So Tuesday through Thursday? So you're not going to be able to see the presentation? Because I was going to say that's probably the, well, I think actually both parts of the hackathon are fun, participating and seeing what other people did and being able to show off what you did, assuming everyone takes it seriously. Because I was going to say, if you could potentially shift things from Thursday to Friday and take Friday off, it might work out pretty well. Get to see all your coworkers' things and still take a day off and then have a 3-day weekend. Did you have fun doing the hackathon? Also, what are the numbers we have here? These should have pretty much evened out. They're off by a bit. 2481 minus 2254. Yeah, 227. That's probably just due to the potion shop travel time. And I don't think it's worth addressing that. Oh, Thursday and Friday off. Okay. So you're going to have a 4-day weekend. And yeah, nice that you had fun. I don't think this is worth addressing. It'd be easy enough to address. We'd have to make customers walk like all the way into your town and then go back and get potions. And yeah, I don't think that's worthwhile. Also, toward the end of the game, you're just not going to have as many potions because you're going to be using the extractor all the time. So I don't think it's going to matter too much. And you'll never be in this situation where items infinitely exist. I don't think that's going to be a thing. So this part's done. We've tested having one shop. We've tested having 2 shops. Let's do one more final test of having all 3. And then let's check in. Because yeah, we're working on this stuff for a while. Oh, Memorial Day's on Monday. Okay. I was planning on working on that day. What am I doing? Building a shop. Building another shop. And then increasing the, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there. So let's let that run as I go clean up the code. So we're going to get rid of this. That's fine. Made a purchase. By chance goes up. Yeah, sure. Shop center point. Shop center point. That's fine. That's it? Those are all the changes? That's impossible. Where's the shop? Oh, here it is. The shop changes. Yeah, I want to get rid of this, and I want to get rid of this. Okay, by the way, we're putting a lot of trust in this thing that I haven't actually verified yet. So maybe we should verify it. Yeah, these are all pretty close. The armor shop is still a little neglected, but I think that's coincidence. No Friday stream. BS birthday on Monday. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good time on your boyfriend's birthday. What do you have planned? Can you share? Does your boyfriend watch the stream? I actually thought of a good idea for my wife's next birthday, which I cannot share. I feel like I've messed this up. Yeah, I feel like I've messed this up. Let's let it run for a little while longer. But I think I made the same mistake I kind of originally made here, which is consider buying, only ever considers buying from the shop that you're at. And we've increased the distance now so that there's a decent amount that's considered to be at that shop. So I'd make a circle around the sign. Yeah, we make a circle around this collision shape. 2D with the right size, which is 80. Why can't I see this? Oh, it's on the right spot. So if they're in this spot, then they will buy from this shop. Yeah, I'm believing more and more in the idea that just put it around the item displays. Yeah, that should have no problem, right? No, it still technically could have a problem. I don't know. Yeah, it's so, yeah, there's, oh God, that's why it's so difficult. Even if you put it around the item displays, you could run into a problem where if the shop exits are out of the bottom of the shop, then they'll walk along where the item displays are to get there. But if they're out of the top and the bottom only, then they'll leave the item display part immediately and then not buy from that shop again. So yeah, these things probably won't even out. Whatever things we see now are probably what we're just going to see. $14.35, $14.13, $12.60. Now you can visually see that they're distinct enough. Yeah, the percentages are not even, but they're not as bad as they were. No plans to cake I'm making? Then probably watch movies or something. That sounds nice. I'm not saying this to continually pry, but what kind of cake? Because I've said this before, but there is one best kind of cake, and it is a cookie cake. These are the way to go. Very versatile. You can put anything you want. You can have it with ice cream. Best cake. It's just a big cookie. All right, so yeah, we made this slightly better. I would need to put more thought into how we should be fixing this. Hey, Raptor, does it have to be that equal? I think this is fine. Maybe one location is just better than the other. Yeah, but I think there are two perspectives here that are difficult for either of these to understand. The player perspective, they might not notice that there's like a plus or minus, 3% difference. But the developer perspective of if we're ever like, wait, why is this happening? We would not know how to fix this. Like we'd have to change how the shop is laid out, which is just strange. And how customers choose to wander also controls this. Good night. Have an early appointment tomorrow. I have to go. All right, take care, Leap Your Girl. Thanks for dropping in. Hope your appointment goes well. What's a good food to order for a birthday? Asking for a friend. I'm not sharing. Want anyone doing anything thoughtful for me on my birthday? Actually, I tend to ignore my birthday. And if anyone ever asks me why my birthday is, I don't answer. And because I don't answer and because people have jumped to conclusions, I have like 6 birthdays throughout the year now. Very funny. When is your birthday? Yeah, I don't share that. Been fighting with the diagnostics and the enumeration thing. The fix halves the allocation and shaves off a tiny portion of CPU usage. Nothing compared to what State Machine does in general because of the navigation system. So it's tons of dictionary and list stuff I don't understand yet. Yeah, I don't think the enumeration thing is probably like, we should probably just make a dictionary at some point and have some conversion from enumeration to the string in the dictionary. And that way it takes up an extra, whatever, like small number of bytes, constant time lookups. Can never have too many birthdays. Yeah. Okay, so I should probably write this down somewhere. What did this end up being by the end of all of this stuff? Yeah, they're off by a bit. It's not too bad. I meant for me, I am the friend. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Tacos. There's your answer. Okay. I'm not going to parameterize this. I think we're going to change this at some point anyway. I'll have to put some more thought into this. The rest of this stuff looks good. All right, so where's that? This is like 992. I should probably write this down here. I spent a very long time investigating why this was happening, only to come to a surprising conclusion. It's based on the shop layout. Well, it's based on a combination of the shop layout and where customers try to wander. And then I should take some pictures here. So let's turn off this. So for example, here is the potion shop. The circle represents the area in which a customer will only buy from that shop if they're already there. Area in which a customer will only buy from, that shop. The problem is that different shops will naturally hold customers there for longer based on the pathing. Oh, you know what we could probably do to sort of fix this if we wanted to? That cooling off and consider buying, we could just make this ramp down faster. Instead of times 0.1, if we just made this times 0.3, it would just naturally kind of fix itself. Although this will get down to a negative 50% chance of buying something, which means I'll just never choose that shop again, which is maybe what we want. Then they could wander here again and not do anything. Maybe we make this like 1.5. Yeah, even if I were to test this, I don't have the numbers printing out anymore, so it's not going to matter. End up getting annoyed at my mom every year because I had to fight with her for a month trying to convince her I don't need any presents. Yeah, I'm definitely not a presents person. But my ideal birthday is very low key. And now it turns into a bargaining chip for like I mentioned this before, but I think Schindler's List is a really good movie. And I told my wife, hey, we should watch that sometime because I'd already seen it and she hadn't. But she knew it was a sad movie. And she's like, oh, I don't want to be sad. Why would I watch that movie? Well, after like 2 years of trying to convince her and her always saying, oh, I don't want to be sad. Why would I watch that movie? I'm finally like, okay, for my birthday, can you watch that movie with me? And she absolutely loved it. So now any piece of media that I want to like watch or a game I want to play or something where she's just like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to watch that. I'm like, hey, what about as a birthday present? And then she's much more willing to experience it. And a lot of these times she ends up liking the thing I want to show her anyway. I have enough of a filter on what I think she'll enjoy. But yeah, it's not a very common birthday gift to say, yes, I'd like to watch Schindler's List with my wife. Oh, this shouldn't have changed names. This didn't need to. Best birthday someone can ask for. I do enjoy those sorts of things, as in like a meaningful movie. It doesn't have to be sad. It could be The Matrix. But yeah, something that means something to you. Um, why did that change? That name shouldn't have changed either. Huh? I better run this one more time and just make sure it's working. And then that's it. I'm done. I'm not looking at this anymore. 75% chance not to buy from there. There's a problem though, because they'll randomly pick the same shop and then not buy from there again and then walk away. I guess that's where the travel time would be better. I'm just gonna ignore it. We'll get this in playtesting. I am sick of doing this stuff now. Like I said, one more test. Just make sure they buy from all the shops. Then we'll actually like play the game, I think, and we'll make certain that it feels like it's working fine. Oh, this won't work because I got rid of the code that puts all the stuff back in there. So we need to do something like this. They're only picking up potions. This is a different problem. Yeah, anyway, everything's pretty much fine. Yeah. Interesting. Memento and Pulp Fiction. I don't think I've ever seen Pulp Fiction all the way through, but I like Memento. I think I've seen that a couple of times. Okay, so I spent a very long time investigating why this is happening, only to come to a surprising conclusion. It's based on a combination of the shop layout and where customers try to wander. For example, here's the potion shop. Circle represents the area in which a customer will only buy from that shop. The problem is that different shops will naturally hold customers there for longer based on the pathing. I guess to give an example, I probably need to take another picture, huh? I'm not doing this to test again. I'm just doing this to get another picture. So we load from here. Yeah, so let's do some Atom art here and take a really stupid screenshot and then try to annotate that. So start here, go over to this item, and then go over back to here. Okay, so for example, in the weapon shop, if a customer enters from the left side and wants to leave on the left side, then they'll be there for a lot longer than if they were to leave from the bottom. Oh wait, I probably should have taken a picture of it leaving through the bottom too, huh? How do I draw in a different color? Change this. Oh, I see. Draw first. Red versus blue arrows. Yeah. This means that the faster a customer moves, the greater the chance they have of escaping that circle. This probably just means that we shouldn't consider... Wait, why do we consider distance at all then? Oh, we should just reformulate this whole thing so that you have a greater chance of buying. Yeah, that's what I should have done. In fact, that's what I'm gonna say here, but I'm gonna say that for another time. I'm not coding more of this right now. We shouldn't consider distance at all. Yeah. I think what we should do is this. Get rid of the cooling off in consider buying. This is what lowers the chance to pick a shop from 100% to like 25 or 50%. Well, 25% is what it's coded as now. So it lowers the chance to pick a shop from that based on based on whether you just purchased from that shop already. And instead give a bonus to buy from the same shop, a bonus chance to buy from the same shop. If there's still an item there, but only up to a certain amount. No, is that? I don't know. I'll just do this. I don't want to look at this anymore. Okay, so partially address item customer preferences. Partial fix for 992. This brings the odds of picking any shop closer to 33%. There are still some issues that I explain in a comment in 992. Yeah, I'll need to put a little bit more thought on this. With that said, I don't think players are ever going to notice this. I think they only will notice when they're like, our original problem was one shop had a 25% chance of being chosen, and the other had a 41% chance. I think that was noticeable because of how big a difference these numbers are. But the difference between 31% versus 35%, I don't think is something you'd notice unless you were really, really paying attention to. So I don't think it's a gigantic problem. Okay, so this stuff is all done. This is done. This is done. 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 This is still something we got to do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Problem. Yeah, we got to test that too. All right, wander regions being named wrong. This is super easy to fix. We got to go into the town and then just rename these things. So we'll call this farmer shop. Then this should be potion shop. And then this should be weapon shop. Done. Rename wander regions. Each of them was wrong. Okay, now make sure that these things aren't a problem in the real game. Let's go take a look at that. Is there a part in your notes about integrating habits and behaviors into yourself? I swear I saw a note like this and went looking for it. I might have made a note public about atomic habits. Okay, so I tend not to make these public for books because I feel like it's like sharing the whole book. So I don't think I put that there. So I might not have made it public. But anyway, my suggestion is to just go read Atomic Habits. I think it's a pretty good book. It gets to the point and it's pretty understandable, straightforward, and pretty easy to implement some change into your life about that. You could probably check a library or something if you don't want to pay for it. How many reviews does this have on Amazon? Oh, that's weird. I can't even find it. Oh, there it is. 140,000 reviews on Amazon. Yeah, and I'm happy to answer any questions about that we leave tonight. But yeah, I don't think I have a note on it. You might have remembered a video I had about one little step. This was a thing I was doing back when I was at Google. All right, so we just got to run the game, and we should probably go through the tutorial. Yeah, we should probably go through the tutorial. Let's do that, and let's do that, and let's try running this. Yeah, I want to push a new build today, but we got to test this. Actually, maybe we just start by testing this. Yeah, and if we see anything wrong. Yeah. Okay, let's do that then. All right, let's go to settings, turn on the music. Get the mage. I'm going to use a little bit of the debug features here. Like, I'm going to speed up the first battle. I don't need to watch this. All right, I got my potion shop. All right, while that's running, let's go and fill out the journal. I'm not going to end the stream right now, but I want to do other stuff as I'm playing. Oh, I changed something recently. So the tips get larger when you don't click them for 55 seconds, but not this one now. This one doesn't get larger because this one will happen naturally by you just playing the game. So I don't want this to get bigger and then for people to be like, what? I know what I'm supposed to do. Just little bits of polish we're adding. Little bits. All right, what do we do here? Changed how you unlock skills and spent forever researching. Spent forever researching why customers didn't want to buy armor items. All right, keep fighting over there. What was I gonna do next? Oh yeah, get this 992. There. Actually, I could just skip auto battling at first. Go right to getting the rogue. Who needs auto battling? Did it show the tip about the town hall? I wasn't even paying attention. I might have. How much more music are you planning on writing? I really like what I've heard. I think I want to write another town track and possibly battle music. But I'm not totally sure yet. I get in kind of phases of writing music. I guess there's no reason to get the other character if I'm not going to put them in a battle. Actually, I could even just... If you do skip auto battling, you save, what, 20 gold? So if you were trying to speedrun the game, I guess you wouldn't get auto battling. Oh, wow. We're going to buy all those potions. Fantastic. Yeah, there's no real reason to upgrade your number of customers if they're going to buy that many potions. It definitely makes buying a lot better. Are they coming back? They've left. Goodbye. Goodbye, customer. Here's the cash cow right here. Nice. All right. That should be enough money. We just need them to go crazy buying stuff because we only have the one customer right now. Oh, they're going to buy more. And we'll keep these things all here. All right, whatever. There's our last bit of money. So now upgrade this, go into new battle, fight the ogre. Place all rand calls with one-seeded random, making everything deterministic. It would make all the random calls deterministic, but it depends on... Oh. It's not black anymore. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write down some observations as I'm playing. Items are going to the right spots, right? Yes. Let me save and load. Yeah, let me save and load. I want to see what happens. Did it just break? Wait, before I forget, let's write this down. Observations, playing. Ogre blood isn't black anymore. What happened here? Let's copy the stack trace. Run debug functions. Okay, well, whatever's causing this is something that's only happening for us. On line 20 or 1242. Validate everything. The validator failed? With what? Validator didn't fail. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, let's go start up that battle again. Oh, I never got the town hall. Let's do that. All right, now we have auto battling. Let's get the farm. Let's get that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't sure which item in the sheet that one used for the fire sword. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I can fix that. I'm a little surprised only because I thought they were like a one-to-one mapping, the old and new sprite sheets. Starting like VS Code, switch from Sublime Text, haven't really looked back. Only gripe is when I ask this agent to servers, doesn't keep indentation, converts everything to spaces. That should be an option at the bottom of the screen. Where is it? Maybe I need a file open. Yeah, so at the bottom it says spaces. If I just click this, you can say indent using spaces or tabs. It's probably a setting like that that just needs to be set somewhere more global, maybe. All right, we're rolling in money now. We should probably get the tavern and then split these characters up so that we do that. Good. And we almost have enough to level up. Oh, I got to start my quest. Although I also want to sell some of this. So we're going to prioritize money. Yeah. I did like Sublime Text a lot. But yeah, once I switched to VS Code in like 2017 or something like that, I also never looked back. I was very impressed by VS Code. Issue is the new town starts adding event handlers before the validator for the previous one runs. Oh, interesting. They're just empty? It should be filled in. Oh, we're losing items. Hang on a second. Go back over here. Turn this off. And just prioritize getting my next worker. Oh, I can level up too. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, very neat. Look at the black. Go 2 left, 1 down, the 3 potions. Oh, I see. Yeah, it should be easy enough to... Let me just copy all this stuff. Oh, I got my new worker. That's what a little ding is for. I can turn this back on. No, I'm losing things. We need seek food. Yeah, I'm going max slimitude over here. Look at all these items. Yeah. There's no way we can use them all. We're about to level up too. Gonna create some console commands. For Skeleseller? I don't think so. We have the debug menu that does pretty much all the stuff I kind of want to do. Yeah, we can't use all these items. And it wouldn't really help us to use seek food, I guess. And we have nothing else we can do with all these potions. All right. Cancel out of battle. Stop it. Stop it. Stop battling. What am I doing? Stop. All right, go into here. We need a carrot, and we need to level up the mage really fast. All right, can they win at level 2 in the volcano now? It looks like they can. So that's pretty good. So then we should build the armor shop, which will now actually have people buy from it. Hooray. All right. I want these things. Increased appetite. What is that? 40%? Okay, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. We also could use another customer. Alright, these blue potions suck. Get rid of them. Yeah, you guys figure that out. They're buying armors. I like it. I like it. It's about to be a mature carrot. Nice. Oh, a desired item. Oh. 12 gold tip. That's what I like to see. Okay, so I kind of want another customer, and I kind of want another adventurer. Let's go with the customer first. Nice. I don't think that solution can be applied to our current setup since we need to reload the current scene so we don't control when the previous one gets cleaned up. We need to change that. Yeah, I'll write this down. I'm not super concerned. It doesn't like break the game or anything. But it does pollute the logs a little bit. Okay, so now we're kind of self-sustaining on the item front. That's pretty nice. What's the next quest take? Yellow potions? Nah, I'd rather get the money. Yeah. I don't need the warehouse. That's for chumps. I'm not a chump. So it's either hire another adventurer or upgrade the farm. Probably want to upgrade the farm. Remember, we're not spending money now getting these skills. So I'm already probably operating at a slightly faster pace. I'm not saying it's like speed running fast or anything, but it's faster. Now let's feed that. Let's feed one of these. All right, making some good money. That looked like there was some sprite bleeding possibly on the crops. I'm not sure if that's what I was seeing though. Yeah, I want to keep the camera exactly here and harvest more crops and see what happens. I could get another adventurer, or I could upgrade the farm. I think I want to go the farm route. Nice. Rocks cleared. Let's put that over there. That 2. Sell one of those. Dump one of those over there. Okay, no, I do not see that tearing anymore. No, yeah, something just appeared right there. Oh, it was the sludge text, I think. I think it's appearing over here and then getting moved. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, how did I never notice that before? The plus sludge text is appearing. I'll just take a picture. I'm not gonna capture it here before getting repositioned. Maybe I could get a picture. I'd have to click very quickly though. Drat. It's too hard to do. Did I get it? No. All right, well, we'll try another couple times there. But yeah, that's probably too hard to capture. And we need these to grow faster. Okay, you ready? I got it. Look at that. In the potion shop. So wait, if I just move the camera, does that happen still? I think so. I think it's in screen position over here. I think it's always going to show up like that. Yeah, that's too bad. That's really bad. This is in screen space, so it'll be visible regardless of where you move the camera. Okay, we got enough money to level up again, but we can also hire a new adventurer. Let's get the archer, and let's throw them into this battle too. Oh, and let's level up the archer as well. Kind of hard for us to tell. This, at least, you can see when I freeze frame it. I also found a bug in the archer. This, at level 0, provides an ability that is not mentioned by Wild Shot. Okay, so this should drastically speed up my battling, especially if I do something like that. So that was 10 seconds it took to battle. Now, how long is this one taking? Still 10. That's strange. I guess the amount of power was not so stark there. Maybe I should have upgraded the rogue. Huh. Yeah, it's pretty fast that happens. It's probably 1 frame. Alright, I'm liking these changes. I did not see how long that battle took. But we should probably upgrade crop variety now. Let's put this there. Yeah, we actually don't really need the number of customers we have now. I think we should be granting more items and just have them not cost as much. Alright, we're getting some peppers. Yeah, and I guess this is the problem. If you didn't build the farm and you didn't realize how important it was, then you can't really catch up any faster unless you spend more money on this stuff, which you wouldn't probably be able to do without having leveled up. It's the vicious cycle. Yeah, so if I get another 6 sludge, I need 1 more. What's about to hit max here? This one. You need to select the adventurers every time you go to battle. So it depends on what you're doing. If I have this party, so if I just click edit, I'll edit the same party members and just pick a different location if I want to. If you're starting a new battle, then yeah, you would need to select who you want to bring. All right, we have enough to level up the rogue. Okay, let's pay attention to how fast this battle is. 10 seconds, but I've given the rogue 4 more power. So how does that change the battle? No, shaved off 2 seconds. Fast. Now we're gonna get a lot more items. Okay, so I definitely want to increase all of these things. So now I'll critically eat this thing for 10 gold. Don't buy it, don't buy it. Oh. You jerk, you took it from this person. I should write a battle simulator. You know what I should? I'll leave a PR open for months. Okay, now as we're having 3 customers, I guess is pretty good. Probably, in fact, upgrade the customers a little bit more. They should just be eating this stuff on their own, the slime, I mean. It's not even going to disappear. Probably will eventually, though. Alright, so next big thing I can do is hire another adventurer for 150. I don't know if these are even gonna disappear. Looks like I have enough skeletons right now. The cloak might try to. The slime will eat it though. Go slime. Good job. Broke the adventure progression. That's right. Don't you forget it. Yeah, I'm gonna go like max out on the slime first. Let's do that. Forget selling things. Yeah. All right, next up would be these couple of upgrades. It's probably not the best to get those yet. No, go back over there. Turn around, turn around. Yeah, nice. All right, nice. They're getting the yellow potions. So we need to upgrade this so we can't ever lose another item again. We did just lose an item as soon as I said that. There we go. We're very close to being able to afford this. In fact, now we can. Nice. Now we can't lose any items on the ground anymore. The slime will eat them all. So I don't need to touch any of this. And now I want to upgrade this thing as soon as we can, so they critically eat more items. Nice. I wonder if I should get shiny loot at some point. Nah. All right, 1 gold away. Let's get it. There, done. Another level of food critic. So now we have a 30% chance to crit, and we get 180% the value of the item when we crit. That's pretty good. And look who it is. It's me. I am a very wealthy gentleman in this game. Willing to tip for all items. That guy is so slow. He was always that slow, though. Yum. Okay, so next up I think would be the Witch Doctor. And I almost have enough to level up one of these characters, at which point we will be super overpowered. We just need, what, 6 more? That's 2 peppers, which we're about to get. There are 2 peppers. There's our level up. There's our new skill point in there. And now the rogue's gonna go bonkers. So battles were taking 8 seconds. Now I bet they're gonna take 7 or less. Okay, probably less with that attack rate. It's so fast. Yeah, 7.5, okay. Not as good as I thought it was, but that's not bad. Where are my workers waiting? Over here? I have a bunch of money. Let's get the Witch Doctor. And let's have them battle over here. In fact, let's put a point in the Witch Doctor and get Zombie Leader. We'll also start at the next quest now. We don't need as much money anymore. I'll put this over there myself, and this too, I guess. Oh, they want blue potions. No, 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 no. Turn off the extractor. Put this in manually. I probably should make Adam move a little faster. I mean, why not, right? My avatar. Yeah, the rate of getting items increased so much that I will probably need the warehouse. Let's get it. Let's store some items in there. And then turn this off and let's go to the next area. We should easily be able to win there. We could probably even beat the dragon sooner than you're supposed to be able to, thanks to the new skill progression. Only giving us good skills. Yeah, they're destroying that place. Too easy. In fact, I wonder... I kind of want to try the dragon already. Could I beat it? I need another customer. There. Now all money's going toward the dragon. And it shouldn't take too long to get there, I think. There we go. How much does it cost to get there? 100 gold. Okay, not too bad. I gotta stop doing that. Oh man, everyone's over here. Never seen that before. Bug only just recently fixed. Can't sustain the cloak purchase. Okay, now we're gonna upgrade this. I'm gonna stop this battle and have these 3 characters go here and see if they can win. Because they might be able to. Yeah, the rogue is bonkers. Their DPS is too good. I will take that sword and I will feed it to you. You've slain the dragon. Alright, can they already make it over here too? I feel like I made everyone too powerful now. I think Quick Strike was just a busted skill. But I wonder how many people felt like, oh, my game is slow, but they just didn't have Quick Strike. Are they able to do it? I mean, the Witch Doctor's kind of dying. Their damage output's pretty weak. The Rogue can't carry them anymore. Hey, Hef. Yeah, they're gonna win, I think, but it's taking them quite a long time. There goes the Witch Doctor. And we're about to lose the Mage. No, okay, so that took 28 seconds, and we got a ton of items. Oh, and we need the weapon shop now. Oh, we have enough for everything. Jeez. Game is just cruising right by. But let's back up a step. We need boots still from over here. And we need to find the volcano too. And there are a bunch of desired items over here. Sell the bow, sell this, upgrade the farm. And let's get the enchanter. Yeah, how many more boots do we need? That was it. So let's stop this battle and go over to the volcano where we're going to absolutely destroy them and get yellow potions, which we shall upgrade the chance of getting. Oh, that person wants a cloak. I need 2 more yellow potions. Yeah. Wait, whoops. There, we got a new worker. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, now let's go back to the final place that we can tackle here. Let's also get the fishing pond. Start filling that thing up with fish. And get a new adventurer that can go fight there. We should also put some points into the mage. Yeah. So the battle had taken 28 seconds, I believe. If the rogue doesn't die, it should still be about 28 seconds. Yeah, 25. Okay, well now it's going to be faster. And I don't have room for all these items. I guess let's put the potions over here. Yeah, just get rid of that. Alright, how fast can they beat it? Now that the mage is more powerful. By like, probably 30-something%. No, not that much. Do we have enough to level these up? No, not yet. But now we do. The archer died. What a loser. Yeah, I do not have all the shop spaces for this stuff. Let's upgrade this. Now my skeletons won't just wander around doing nothing. I think we need more customers. We can't afford that. All right, let's cast the customer speed spell then. Let's see how that works. Not too well. Oh, nice. That was lucky. What do I need next? Demon helmets and bows? I don't want to get that yet. But I do want... Let's take the archer out of here. Do what everybody else does. And send the archer into the fishing pond. Where we will get... some wisdom sludge. Oh, we could also upgrade spicy cooking soon. Yeah, we need to sell bows. Just give rid of them to the slime. Do I even have the mana? I don't. I now have the mana. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Everyone's dying. Oh, no. Oh, no. They can't win. Maybe they'll win this next time. I just wasted the everything on that. Oh, well. All right, well, there's all the wisdom sludge. We're done with that. We could actually just send the archer back into this battle. Now they're guaranteed to win. But I don't have any items in town. Skeletons are just harvesting from the farm. Yeah, everything's empty. I can't afford anything. Alright, let's get our farm repopulated. There we go. Sell off these things. Yeah, I guess that's a problem with fully upgrading the slime first, is that you can handle so many items that there's almost no need to sell some of these things. Especially when the customers are finicky and want a specific thing. Alright, we can probably get this. Not enough mana. No! Why not? Okay, turn this off. We don't need that just for fish. Turn that off. Start this battle again. There's just the one fish in there. I guess there was no real point in doing that. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's get hardworking adventurers. They might as well harvest from the farm over here. Or do this, sure. 31 gold, nice. Yeah, bail out of there. You can also help out on the farm and make you guys move faster and give you a little speed boost. Yeah, look at that. Easy farming. Okay, now go back to battle. Oh, you dropped your pepper. Here you go. Alright, just dump that over there. Dump one of these over there. Dump another one of these over there. Alright, we have a lot of money. I will level up the archer. So battles are taking 20 seconds now. That's not bad. I do want to get another adventurer pretty soon. Put that there, put that there. Okay, new adventurer time. Who are we going to get? I just changed the paladin a bit. Let's get them. Yeah. And then let's throw the paladin into this battle. We need to level them up a bit. 1 level. That's a bit, I guess. Alright, how are they doing? Oh, they're healing. Not very much. 24? It's just not very good. And I just buffed this a little bit too. I mean, at least they're still doing something. We should probably upgrade this. Yeah, we just don't have the item throughput right now to justify what we're doing. I should probably just make the archer go to the forest or something like that. Yeah, just go fight there. I don't even think anyone wants blue potions. But we could at least use it to populate the farm over here. Oh, I could turn this on too. That would have been helpful. Now, worker speed would be pretty nice. So I'm about to get a bunch of items from here, but I guess so would just loot magnet. Yeah, let's turn that on. Did we get double the items? Yes, we did. Oh, look at that. That is a lot of items. Alright, let's get some more warehouse space. Store all these bad boys. That's all the things I had space for. So I guess stop this for now. Have the archer help out. Or I guess have them go back to the fishing farm. While I burn through some of the stuff in the warehouse. Actually, that's a pretty good reason to get the warehouse in the first place. Just like toggle between getting tons of items and then let your workers handle all the items while you go and fish. Does that make sense? I don't know. Alright, we should really upgrade the farm the final time. I think I'm gonna do that next. Clear rocks. Okay, who gets a level? You do, Witch Doctor. I need to sell some of this stuff. How much does it cost? 300? 300? I'm getting there though, 249. Got it. Full-size farm. Don't need this. What's my character healing for? Still 24? Oh, I never leveled them up. Now they heal for 30. They're not much better. Alright, we should probably level up the map again. It costs 200. We are not made of money over here. Should probably upgrade the... I can't do that either. Yeah, but I think we should go to the next location. I think we can hack it. Oh, nice. The heal actually helped them. Well, then they died. Okay, that was actually a little spooky there. I don't know why they did such a bad job. Alright, let's have them stock everything. Nice. Do it to it. So I don't even really have anything for sale. I guess I have this. I need 200 G's, which we're gonna get. There, done. Okay, try the next location. Can you do it? I think it'll be tough. Oh, I gotta write down that note too. My Google Doc just froze for some reason. Drag a battle window from any part of it, just some parts. $25% increase. They died. No, they can't die. Don't let it happen. Oh man. Let's level up the paladin again. Yeah, now they're gonna win, right? They can't lose, right? Can the archer beat the volcano on there? Wow, what's going on in this battle? Zombie leaders dying like instantaneously. But I trust the stronger paladin. Oh, this is the known issue. Yeah, that's probably gonna keep happening now. I need to fix that issue. I'll write this down. Because yeah, it's just gonna keep happening. I gotta unlearn that skill for it to stop happening. Need to fix the luminescence issue. Are they gonna win? No, it's the same issue as last time. It's just the witch doctor alive. Oh, they're so close. Please. Oh, they might barely do it. Oh my god, that is unfair. That is just unfair. Okay, let's put the archer into this fight. Take the paladin out. Paladin's terrible. Probably is just that the paladin's bad. Also, I think the archer's been losing those fights. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully we get some loot. We're doing okay. They don't have a sucky paladin on their side. Yeah. They're gonna win, right? Yeah. Alright, look at all those items. Finally have something to do in town. The next thing is... Oh, I never even got that quest. Oh, full on fish. Okay, they can continue to fight there. I'll send the stupid paladin over the fishing pond. They're not even going to be able to beat the fish. It's going okay so far. Yeah. Getting money again, that's good. Should probably upgrade that really fast. Did it work? Did it work? Don't know. The paladin is doing nothing over here. Actually, it would be kind of neat to have a vault or to turn off warehouse restocking. So I could just kind of keep these things around if I wanted to. Huh. We're doing pretty well, other than the paladin. I'm not even gonna bother rolling at the paladin next. We should probably upgrade this. All of this. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on the farm. And now we're getting like way too many items. Good, okay. Get the stupid paladin out of there. They're bad. Everything costs 200 sludge next. I want to upgrade the farm. I can't afford anything. Sell some of these things slowly. I'll turn that off. I'm gonna go fishing. Oh, is everyone dying? Oh no. No, just glee. I have enough for this at least. Crops will now grow faster. I think things are feeling pretty good. I think this is probably roughly where you feel like things slow down in the game. And I think to fix that, we would need to make it so that battles are either shorter or that you're getting just so much loot that in the 30 seconds it takes to battle, you're not able to handle that much loot. Oh my god, they barely won this fight. Barely. Alright, I need a bigger warehouse. I wanted to prioritize the farm. We almost have enough. Almost. Space for canes over there. What engine was this built in? Hey, Spirit Formula. This is made in Godot. Font for the damage counters reminds me of Terraria. Hey, Jeffrey. This was a custom-made font, although it might be kind of similar looking to the Terraria one. Actually, I've been playing Calamity again recently. Well, not too much. It's a little, I don't know, little overwhelming. Just like, as one example, I would love for there to just be a chest that stores everything and can summon whatever item I need, and not to have to be like, oh, I got, 30 different kinds of potions. And I'm not going to keep complaining about Terraria. I think it's a great game. The Calamity mod adds so many extra things. Okay, so now we're going to be harvesting this quite a lot. Let's turn up worker speed, because I want them to get all this, and I don't want to click anything myself. Okay, fine, I'll help them out. They're going to need the extra speed for once this battle ends. Oh no, I'm going to lose. God. There is no winning. If we level up the rogue, I think we're invincible though. Oh my god, did you see that? That is a gigantic bug I've never noticed before. Wow. Huge bug. If you level up a dead adventurer, they revive themselves. But they don't look like it. I only noticed because the rogue died and I leveled them up. This is a massive bug and probably results in you winning any fight, but it wouldn't matter. Zombie rogue, devil dog, yeah. Zombie rogue indeed. Well, they should easily win every fight now. I think the rogue gets way too powerful. So now we can just sell some of these things. Should probably sell from there, so I'm not forcing them to restock. Let's also get harvesting efficiency, so I don't need to wait around for this anymore. And probably we should send the paladin back into this battle, even if they're going to do terribly. Or maybe hire another event. No, it's 600. Okay, you know what we can do? We can swap out the archer for the paladin here. That's a feature. It'd be pretty easy to stop that from happening. Oh man, they might lose this. Which means that the paladin probably can't help them in this battle. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, just barely won. Okay, cool. Stop that battle for a bit. Let's send a couple of you into the fishing pond just to clear out whatever fish are there. Sell that. Sell one of those. Yeah, cool. We got a bunch of fish. They should clear them out pretty quickly too. Okay, so the money I want to spend on this harvesting efficiency, which in hindsight now seems like a bad idea to spend my 350 on. But I'm gonna do it. And we don't have the money. Let's get this from here. There. Cool. So now we can harvest a bunch of crops at once. Watch this. Blam. Yeah. Okay, let's take you all and put you back in here. I'm gonna try... What should I try? Let's take the mage out. Let's try that. And now who's not in the battle? The mage? Yeah. Let's put him over here. They don't even have any fish to fight against. We could even level up another character. Alright, I'm gonna dump it into the paladin even though I think it's stupid. It's working and poorly designed. It is a bug. But it would be kind of a cool feature if we brought him back to life. Alright, so we filled that up. We should be getting some fish over here. We should also probably level this up. So now we get even more fish in the battle. Are they winning this fight? Causing a bunch of glitches, which is why I want to level a paladin up again. They're doing pretty well, actually. And the rogue just got healed. Wait, what? 1 potion and 2 canes? That's it? Is that a bug? What are the odds of that happening? All instance data. This is what, the deep forest? 1 potion and 2 canes. Yeah, there's just a very slim chance of that happening. Well, that's a shame. Oh, hey, look, we got a bunch of crops. Let's harvest them all. Yeah, this bug keeps happening. Okay, I gotta just take a point out of one of these. There is no good choice here. This one I got. Working as poorly designed. I've not heard that. Okay, there we got a ton of items. And now the paladin isn't going to cause any issues. We can put every potion in here if we wanted to. We could turn it off for a bit, though, and get some money. That'd be pretty nice. Yeah. Now we can afford to level up on another character. Let's get it for the... let's save up for the paladin. I want to get them to level 6 so I can actually invest in some of their other skills. But for that, we're going to need probably better crops here. Wow, that actually did work really well. I hadn't noticed that until it moved. That feature is pretty incredible. I am impressed. Do we have enough for the paladin yet? 350 sludge. We're almost there. I'm gonna get spicy cooking next. It's gonna be a very, very big bonus to sludge production. We can almost afford both things that I've been trying to get. Almost. We need 350 sludge and 250 gold. Ah, we get the amount of sludge. Okay, cool. So let's level up that and get this and this. So lots of damage reduction stuff. I think let's go with this. That's just like straight up better. In fact, this isn't very good. Alright, I should get another adventurer, or another worker. Let's do that. Let's turn this off. I'm going to turn this on. Actually, we didn't even level this up. No. We said we were going to get this. Yeah, spicy cooking. So now we can crit on the getting sludge. Right now, unlock this. And then send all those characters over to wherever we get demon bows from. Which is the waterways. Waterways it is. And now we gotta get as many items as we can possibly get. Hope the battles take shorter than 14 seconds. We have 4 seconds left. 3, 2. No, didn't do it in time. I'll just cast it again. Yeah, they're getting a decent amount more now. It's pretty good. Look at all those bows. I'm not gonna make any money from this. It's weird. Oh, that's a cane. Oh, it's not weird. It's me trying to fit a square into a circular hole. Alright, it was only like 3 battles to get as many items as I needed. Well, hopefully it can only be 3 battles. Okay. Can I afford this? I can, which means I can... Oh, no, enough. Yes! I got it just in time. I'm 1 bow away. Skeletons are working great, though. I wonder if they're working much better, and it feels like they're working better because customers are actually buying items now. That's potentially what's doing this. And I might have increased how quickly they buy weapons accidentally. Well, sort of accidentally. Yeah, okay, we can upgrade another adventurer now. With the rogue, and we'll definitely get that. Okay, so they're done there. We don't need them to fight there anymore. They can fight here now. And we should get another worker right there. There's Otis, the skeleton. Let's also complete all the canes we need from that. Yeah, this is all working pretty well. And it's been fun. Although there is this sort of urge to keep moving forward in the game. So at any point you could relax, but your personality has to let you relax. And this is what I said about Stardew Valley. There's a timer on every day. So you have to make it back, or else you potentially lose some gold or items or whatever it is that happens at night. So you feel like you have to make the most of every day, which I think is good. I think without that, you'd probably feel like, okay, I'm just kind of bored. But with that, you're like, okay, one more day. I'll play for one more day. Then you play for 10 more days. So yeah, there is this urge for me to keep moving things forward over here. Which I think is good. I mean, something needs to nudge you. Right, they're completing these battles pretty quickly. But I feel like my general gold production has lowered. Then again, the mage isn't really doing anything. Could probably have them go do something. Let's upgrade this again. So we're gonna get maximum fish. And while we're at it, upgrade this too and get some glowy fish. That combination is really good. No, I'm still good. Good job, Skeletons. All right, now I have ignored all of the town perks. I think just gating these at some point would probably be helpful. I also wonder if we should just remove this one, harder elite. But yeah, we're definitely at the point where I should just invest in them because they're cheap. Let's get one of those. One of those. We just need some money. Not really getting any money though. We're just getting sludge. If I just turn this off. It's crazy how much these two things cost without you realizing it. Alright, I'm just gonna let the rogue again. Who cares? They're massively powerful now. So now we're gonna sell everything we find, at least for a little bit, so that I can afford some of these things. Which I guess have no real purpose if I'm not getting enough items. And now the mage isn't doing anything, so let's send them into the volcano. They'll probably die. Yeah, looks like they're dying. It's kind of close. They can probably win a battle here or there, but it's kind of based on luck. I could try to tip the scales a little bit by putting a point in inspiration, but let's just see if they eventually win. But yeah, I'm actually selling some stuff now. I guess there are a few different paths you can take through this, which is nice. Yeah, close. Just need like 2 more spell casts. I don't actually need that yet. I want this next. Shiny loot. How much is this adding? 1 gold. Now it is adding 4 gold. And this one's adding 4 gold as well. Nice. Oh, they won. They finally did it. And now all my skeletons are just totally like blocked over here. This is why the extractor is actually helpful to turn on every once in a while. Oh, they won again. Their win rate isn't that bad. I never upgraded this. We're gonna start losing items pretty soon. Put all our bad potions in there. Yeah. Alright, take you out. You can help. Any other easy things I could get? Max fish I don't really care about. Nah, I think I'm good. Turn that on again. Yeah, they're all clogged over here. Their item stacking is a really good thing to get. Oh my god, look at how many potions that was. Okay, let's upgrade this as much as we can. Save some of these. So I don't just totally lose every item that I have. I'm gonna click these a bunch, yeah. Wow. Lots of money. We need more customers. We need 9 gold for more customers though. Got it. Watch them enter. Is it just one? Oh, just one. Well, that's where increasing their speed would be good. So let's do that. Shopping spree. We don't have enough money. I'm going to turn this on. I watch all the potions disappear. Oh, wait. If I'm going to do that, I should probably have one of my characters fish. There. Now I can turn this on. Alright, things are going pretty well. I should probably push the new build. Kind of got lost in just playing this for a bit. It's fun to do that every once in a while, though. Especially when the goal is just figure out, does the game feel good? I'm not testing anything in particular here. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to unlock item stacking. And we're going to beat the Inferno. Now we have item stacking, which means now we will never run out of space. Yeah. Mage can't even keep up with this. I need the mage to be like one level more powerful. And then if we upgrade this, I won't actually lose the fish, hopefully. I want them to kill another like couple of these. Yeah, come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, now if we just restart the battle, we will have Ice Blast. So that'll increase the DPS by quite a lot. Because now every time they cast Ice Blast, they have a chance of refreshing all their skills. Oh, it's faster. You can't tell, but it's faster. All right, so we should be earning tons and tons of money now. I can almost get auto casting. And even these things, right? There we go. Yeah, things ramp up quite a lot, I think, toward the end. Like now I should be earning on average, whatever, like 16 sludge from a fish. Probably even higher than that. I haven't even been leveling up my adventurers. I could almost get you to level 8. That is quite high. Hey Maya, how's it going? Welcome in and thanks for the raid. We are playing Skeleseller. Raid message indeed. How'd the stream go? I'm doing well. It's been a tough day. there have been some difficult problems, and we like 80% solved one of the bigger ones. It was super fun. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I think I tuned in briefly the other day. Wait. Make sure I'm talking to the person I'm talking to. Yes, I am. Yeah, I tuned in briefly the other day, although I didn't say anything. I sometimes don't see people's names enough to know who's who. And then I associate, when I'm in someone's stream, I associate their face with their stream, of course. And when they're in my chat, I associate their name. But I don't associate their name to their face. So I had to make sure. But yeah, I'm glad to hear it was fun. Yeah, I'm getting ready for Next Fest. So Skeleseller is going to be in Next Fest on June 9th. For those who don't know, Next Fest is just a digital thing. It is not like a convention or anything. And the only requirements to be in Next Fest are that you need to only have a demo, so you couldn't have launched your game, and you could never have been in Next Fest before. So you can't have a game like Overwatch. It can't be in Next Fest because Overwatch already launched. But Overwatch 3 could be. Although there are no plans for that, hopefully. So you're not competing with like mega games multiple times, and that's pretty nice. SKR my face in the chat. I'd be impressed if with 500 characters you could make it look like you. Like maybe that's possible. I've seen the Mario ASCII art though, but that's an 8-bit character. And hey, no Yane. Great idea. Only need 2. There you go. Although that would sum up lots of people. I'm feeling pretty left parenthesis colon right now. Oh man, I've got tons of money right now. I should get that and that and that and that. Okay, so let's see how long they're taking to complete these battles. Because it's about to go down. 17 seconds. And the archer's practically dead. In fact, let's level up the archer. Now you won't be practically dead. Then we could turn into an emote. Do you not like the default emotes? Oh my god, look at them rip through these slimes. What did I say, 17 seconds? Gotta be faster than that. Yeah, 12, but it's just the rogue carrying everybody. It would be ASCII art then. Okay. Maybe Unicode art. Maybe whatever you can represent with a font glyph art. Okay, so we'll level up another couple times, and then I really should just push a new build. I am just having fun at this point, and not at all trying to do anything. Let's do that. All right, you know what? In fact, let's start the build pushing process. I'll have the game take up half the screen so we can see what's going on here. I'll just zoom out a lot. And you know what? Let's get... Oh, we don't have enough for autocasting. Okay, so I made some changes, which we should probably get rid of. Although this won't affect players. So yeah, let's dump those. And then go over to our release notes. Change Project Godot. 0715. Bump project to 0715. And then run all our other release things that we have. Export builds from Godot. Okay. We'll let that run while we start accumulating money. In fact, if we turn this off, we'll get even more money. Sell some of these canes. Oh, you know what? I never fully upgraded Food Critic. Now when we crit, we're going to get a boatload of money. Yeah, 150. 126. It's so much cash. 106. Oh my god. By the way, for anyone interested in this game, there's a demo. I'm about to update it in probably like 10 minutes. And you can play it now. But that's where we're going to be entering into Next Fest. Also, it's not a competition or anything. It truly is just a, like, hey, let's get some eyes on these games. Steam does it because they want money. And, yeah. It helps, yeah, I mean, it helps developers as well, of course. Like, stuck her paw on the mouse. Just kidding. It's always competition. Yeah. You. Hi. Do you see her in the keyboard camera? Oh, you can see in the regular camera. Hello. How you doing, Sarah? Hi. Wanna jump up? Do you? Wanna be a stubborn girl? Yeah. Oh, good girl. I'm doing well. Feeling pretty good about today. About to do a big refactor, procrastinating while I can. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. Alright, tools, Steam command. Tools, Steam command. There we go. Have you watched The Accountant too? No, I'm probably going to go see that. But I haven't yet. Hello, cat. Oh. She's trying to lay down with her butt on my lap and her, like, torso on my arm. I don't think that's going to be comfortable for her. Oh. Okay, so now we just need to make this build live. Good joke about cats? Okay, I look forward to that good joke about cats. First part, is this even something I can blame past me on? Unity didn't allow shaders to work in UI space objects, so I did a hack in the past. Now it does support it. I need to update for both performances on the edge case. Oh, man. Yeah. At least it's officially supported, and hopefully that means that it's, I don't know, going to be a nicer solution in the end. Okay, so go here, put this live. Did I not upload this? Oh, it has to go through an update. Yeah, I went through the update. I wish it would just do the task I asked it to do after updating. But maybe there's some technical reason why I can't. Alright, here we go. Uploaded. Nice. Why isn't it finishing? It says 100%. Hello, Steam. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. So that's done. So now we can make this live. Select default. Preview. Okay. The cat is on my arm, so I'm going to try to grab my phone. I need to authenticate from my phone. Oh, now you leave. Okay, there. So the build should be live on Steam. It might take up to 5 minutes for people to be able to see it. And now we just got to write the patch notes. Exact same solution. I just need to update everything in the game to a canvas space render and make some minor tweaks. Oh, man. Will you sit down? Good girl. Good cat. Oh my god, we have 2,700 money. Look at all that money. All right, let's upgrade the rest of this stuff. Ow, hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to pet you. Oh, this was off this whole time? Oh my god, no wonder we're not getting any sludge. No wonder we're getting so much money. Yeah. Okay, I have patch notes to write with his hand. Can I have my hand back? Good cat. Okay. Git log. Okay, so all of this stuff. Alright, and then let me see. Can I beat the final area yet or no? Oh, I know. I should hire other adventurers here. Warrior, cleric. And just send them all into this battle. I don't even think they're... None of this even matters. What this does? That potentially could. Alright, there. So, send all the characters into here. Hope they do some more damage. Their DPS should be higher. But I don't think the cleric and rogue or cleric and warrior are really going to be adding a whole lot. Yeah, compared to the mage, it's like half a spell cast. All right, so patch notes. Gotta go do this. Okay, so this is version 15. And let's turn off all the stuff that's happening. I wanted to beat the Inferno. We could probably try it really fast. Give you this and this. And level up somebody else, I guess. Not nearly enough of that. Okay, now let's try. Send in all our strongest characters. There. Can you win? The rogue is so powerful. I think they're gonna struggle. Yeah, like 2 of them are practically dead already. Although maybe the rogue just carries everybody. I don't think the rogue's gonna carry everybody. Can they do it? Can they do it? No, they're gonna die. Oh well. Well, send them back here, and I'll just turn off the sound at this point. Because I gotta write these patch notes. Okay, so what do we do? Some big changes in this patch. List. Okay, revamped, or like, yeah, revamped every item graphic in the game. They now fit the Skeleseller style. That was the biggest one. Is that clean up icons? We should probably look at the descriptions for some of these. There's 14. Here it is. Improve a tooltip. I don't care about that. Add unused graphics. I don't even think this one was... Yeah, this didn't change the game. Clean up icons. What is that? Rename the icon files to match the artist. Remove people from credits. Add an atom art to the game. Rename these. Yeah, none of this should have mattered. Rename slow music shouldn't matter. Loop music on the title screen. That's not a big change. And then the usual set of minor changes. All right, same deal here. Looped music on the title screen. Streamers especially would linger on the title screen for long enough that they would be surprised that the music ended. And the music ended. Clarify how to export fonts. Add this. Yeah. Hopefully fixed an issue where the perks UI would resize vertically due to the appearance / disappearance of that character. What? Why did that not copy? That character. Hopefully that even works on Steam. I would guess it would. All right, update item graphics, fix UIDs, fix fonts. What was this? Oh, that never made it to customers. Fix bug with intro nudge. Oh yeah. Fix the bug where the giant arrow telling you to open the battle map in the tutorial wouldn't show if you closed the battle map without starting a battle. Okay. What else? That's not worth saying. Increase volume level of skill down sound. Blindly buff the paladin. Applied minor balance tweaks, e.g. paladin healing is up. Paladin double strike, is that what it was called? Shield bash has a lower cooldown. Volcano bats do 5% less damage. I'm just say etc. Nah, I shouldn't. There's only one other change anyway. Lower the cost of a farming perk. What else? What else? What else? Fix camera panning code. Fixed a bug in the camera panning code where you would hold WASD and open the battle map and it would still pan the town camera. All right, so change how skills are unlocked. There's a commit missing from here. Oh, these. Partially address customer preferences. Yeah, that. Skills are now unlocked automatically rather than by spending gold. You get a new one every even numbered level until you're at 7 skills. And then the other thing we fixed is fixed an issue where some shops were preferred over other shops. Namely, the armor shop should now see customers buying from it more frequently. Okay, those are the patch notes. Well, why is the save button green and red? I guess people didn't know they needed to click this button. Look at this thing. That never happened before. That's quite funny to me. Let's publish this. I can't use my mouse because the cat is sleeping on my arm. You can see her tiny little head in the camera. All right, so now we gotta go see if we can find the changes. I think it's in Community Hub News. Nice. Cool. All right, sync all these changes. Okay, so we got a few bugs we got to fix. Journal's done. This is done. Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good indeed. How many more days do we have? How many days between Monday and June 9th? 14. Oh, man. All right, that's not a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of little things I still want to work on. I just want the demo to be as good as possible for Next Fest. I should probably set up another user research session this coming week. I don't want to like burn through all the people I can chat with, but yeah, maybe I'll set something up. I'll write this down for tomorrow. Set up a user research session for Tuesday, maybe. I want to see how someone experiences the new changes. See me Monday? Yeah, I'll be on Monday. I'm not going to stream on Friday. I will not be available. All right, let me go find someone to raid. Give me a sec. Okay. Raid channel. Is that this button? Clip. Raid. Cool. All right. Same category. and English. Okay, let's rate this person. I only ever look for people I haven't rated yet, so people I'm not following basically, and people who have a low uptime. Hour and 60 minutes seems pretty good. So let's check out what they're doing. But thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. I don't know if anyone's still here from Maya stream, but welcome in. And let's go kick this raid off. Sorry, it's really hard to use the mouse through the keyboard and still be proficient with it. All right, bye everybody. Yeah, happy B-Day to your BF. And I shall see you all on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend and everything. See ya.